It's a rivalry that defines the sport. One that everyone points to when asked what makes a good or classic rivalry in college football. The Scarlet and Gray against the Maize and Blue. Two diametrically opposed programs who will meet again to continue a rivalry that has had everything from Heisman statements to pepper spray at midfield. Welcome to the Big House, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we'll see the national champions from last year, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 12th ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. The Buckeyes will get us started with the opening kickoff. Fielded in the end zone, it's Stewart. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. So Michigan's offense will get first crack at it here. It was easily the most memorable post-game in the long and storied history of Michigan and Ohio State. It put an exclamation point on Michigan's season and in an odd way sort of propelled Ohio State in the same direction eventually.
I think this game last year was probably...
There he goes! A little more space opened up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Grabbed in the middle. It's Haynes. They make the stop. Not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down. On the ground, it's Haynes. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. How bold will they be on third down after that last run? Looking downfield, it's Underwood. Pressure coming. It's caught. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. A costly penalty wipes out that third down conversion, and now they'll back up and try it again. Wide receiver comes in motion. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Trying to get rid of it. And this is going to be incomplete on third down. The Wolverines send out the punt unit. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. So Ohio State's offense will go to work for the first time today. And they are going to be met up front by a defensive line group that is going to make life miserable on the offensive line and the quarterback in this whole offense, David.
And this offense is fully aware of the challenge in front of them. This defensive line is quick, they're physical, they're powerful, they wreck games. They individually take over because of their greatness. It's focal point 1, 2, and 3, Jesse.
They're physical and athletic, and that's the thing that's so dynamic about this position group, right? They stop the run, they get after your quarterback. Tremendous challenge for this offensive line to try and match that physicality. We'll see if they can get it done.
That is a highly efficient way to move the chains, and now they are threatening inside the 40. Looking downfield on first down. Got a man. It's Smith. He goes out of bounds across the 25, mark it at the 24 in this defense. Its head is spinning. Looking for space. It's Peoples. Gets it past the marker. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. With the run on first and goal. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. Pocket breaking down. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
In that second down play, the defense, I think, was expecting pass. So you saw them come firing upfield. They use their speed. They use their athleticism. They win the one-on-ones, and they get a big-time sack.
It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Release to the back. Serious arm strength on that third down pass, but it's incomplete. They'll try to get something out of this drive and kick the field goal here on 4th down. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And the try is no good. After the miss, no change in the score.
And sometimes I just feel like 4th down, man, just go for it every time. Like the field goal miss, make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
Wants to go up top on 1st down. With the catch, it's crease corner. He'll be forced out of bounds right at the 30-yard line as they try to grind out some room. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
And the Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Catch in the middle, it's Klein. Bounced off his feet. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Lofts one high and deep. Oh, he dropped it. He had the pick in his hands and a chance for one of his patented big plays, and he couldn't hang on. It'll be 4th down. The kick is on its way. He looks it in and makes the fair catch, and they'll have it at the 32. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Looking downfield, it's Sayin, using the back as a receiver on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Back to pass on 2nd down. Snagged in the middle, it's Tate. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
That was right on the borderline. You want to make that quarterback feel you, but the official thought it was a little too much. The roughing the passer penalty. Looking for a gap, it's Peoples. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge 3rd down here in the big house. Throws to the tight end. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag beside the quarterback, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Just an ill-advised play by the defender to make contact with the quarterback after the throw, and it cost his team. Rushes on him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. When you have the type of defensive lineman that Michigan has had over the years, you don't always have to send the house to get to the quarterback.
No, it's a beautiful thing when you're a defensive coordinator, when you got big, strong studs like this. Year after year, Michigan always has a stable full of them, of guys that are athletic enough to rush the passer, but physical enough to play the run. It's a fun spot to be in as a DC.
Under fire. And the quarterback goes down. There is a penalty flag on the field, but I think the defense might have the option just to take this play. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. How in the world did the offense retain possession?
The ball security doesn't just apply to running backs and receivers. QB's got to keep 2 hands on the ball as well. And they're very lucky after that fumble that the offense jumped on.
The Buckeyes line up to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. And nobody able to handle that punt, and they'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. They've sputtered a bit early, not being able to move the football, having to punt it away each of the first 2 times they had it. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. On the run, it's Marshall. And this one will be stopped for no gain. It'll be 3rd and long. Trying play action. Throws for the tight end. Complete to the left. Really needed a play like that to get out of their own end. They move the chains. They mark it at the 29. They'll go to the counter. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. The Wolverines trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Rides to the back. Defense fills those gaps. He's got 1 to the 28. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown. And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
And the Wolverines look to keep this drive humming. The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Quick handoff. And he's still running after the move. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Back to pass, it's Underwood. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover.
And he can fill up the hand now with that pick, man. That's number 5 on the season, consistently making plays for his defense. Always a guy where we're going to be calling his name over and over again.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
They'll run it from the gun. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard. Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Takes a hit as he fires. Complete to the left. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll try to outflank him with the jet sweep. He's going to lose a yard on that one. And the Buckeyes have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Jet sweep to the receiver. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. He's looking downfield to throw. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And the defensive line, you know, 3rd and long situations, I'm rushing the quarterback. You bring in the nickel, a little bit more speed on the field, and the defensive line gets home and gets the sack on 3rd down.
The Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. They'll put this one in play first snap of the drive from the 25. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. At the 45 on its way. Plenty of room on that play, and they find their way to the 36.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
The Wolverines, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Off play action on first down. He's going to run it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Pulls it in. It's McCulley there to make the tackle, and that's how we'll wrap up this first period. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the second. This offense had a little extra time to think about it. Let's see what they have on third down. He'll do it himself. And the ball is out. Who's going to get it? Oh, and he gets it back, so you can file that one under. Could have been worse. They'll play it safe and try for 3. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Absolutely perfect. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
Well, that kid just showed off his hammer for a leg, 50-plus, and he did it with ease.
So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. And he's going to try to return this one. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going down 3-0. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. A little more space, open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30. Hand off from the shotgun. Got enough for the first. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They've got a 1st and 10. Wants to throw. It's Sayed. And here's a fumble way behind the line. The offense somehow fell on it, and they'll retain possession. So the penalty will not be enforced. The defense declines and stands on the result of the play. Going to swing it on 2nd down. Makes the catch. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the 1st down. Looking for a push on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll run it out of the shotgun.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They've got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
And the Wolverines with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Motion from the wideout. To the air. It's Underwood. They'll run the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. And we might as well state the obvious. First and second down didn't work out. Third and very long. Pressure is effective from the defense. They knock him down just behind the midfield stripe at the 48.
Well, we talked to the offensive staff coming into this one. They knew going up against the top 25 defense with respect to sacks per game that they had to do a good job protecting the QB, but they have not been able to get that done so far. They've already now allowed 3 sacks in this game.
The Wolverines will send out the punt unit. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those 4th down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Buckeyes can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. This time the defense was ready and they stop him in his tracks. Big noise, big house trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the 1st down. They'll go to the ground. Pass the sticks and still on his feet. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the 1st down. The Buckeyes, really the entire state, they pride themselves on toughness. Establishing the ability to run the ball when they want to has always been important here.
Part of that Midwest lifestyle, but when you're Ohio State, you recruit at such a high level. You're going to get great offensive linemen, great running backs, so it's not a surprise that they're usually a physical unit.
He'll be run out of bounds, but we've got laundry on the field. Let's see what that's about. Some hand fighting at the point of the catch will draw the penalty, but this one is going to go against the offense. They'll leave it with him. Oh, he's got some space. Several defenders get an assist on that tackle. And the Buckeyes can really attack on this 2nd and short. Oh, he's got a chance. Rustled out of bounds at the 12, and another productive play on this drive. On 1st down from the 13-yard line. Running the option. It's Sayin. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point makes it 7-3. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Back to throw, it's Underwood. Got a man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Looking to fire. Here's the pressure. And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
What an individual effort that time, beating his guy and getting in the backfield and making a play. Ohio State has had so many dominant D linemen in recent years, right? The Bosa brothers, Chase Young. You know those guys are watching this game. They're proud of what they just saw. This dude is a game wrecker.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Wide receiver going in motion. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. And the defense gets loose, bringing the heat, and down he goes again.
How about this defense in this game so far? Already 5 sacks, and we're only in the second quarter. I think if you're the offensive coordinator, you have got to start mixing up these play calls, moving the pocket, get your quarterback away from danger, because it's obvious. This offensive line, they cannot hold up, and they cannot get it done.
And the Wolverines will punt this one away. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Got a man, it's Tate. Breaks into the open. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down. They'll try the run. He gets it across the 25 to the 24, give him 5 on the carry. The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Making side adjustments here. He's got it on the right. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch.
This offense is clicking, everything working together really well. Coordinator, quarterback, offensive line, good rhythm, good flow. Defense is going to have to find something to kind of mess up this timing they got going on.
The Buckeyes trying to cash it in on 1st and goal. Trying to punch it in. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Pulls it on the bootleg fake. Grabbed over the middle. It's Peoples. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Ohio State. Fitted in the window for the score.
Tell you what, as a defensive back, as a defensive player, you know down here near the goal line, I got to get tight on my guys. I can't give away the easy stuff like that. Too easy near the goal line for that pitch and catch.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. There's a little more urgency attached to this drive. They've only been able to put up a field goal and start this one down 14-3. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. It's Underwood. Here comes the heat. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. This dude is having a day, and with that one, he's halfway to Chase Young's 4-sack single-game record.
Go get it, young fella. Just quickness, speed off the edge, getting to the quarterback. You got to be relentless when you're chasing the quarterback. And Chase Young's record, if you can go get that, you go get that big fella, that superstar, woof, that would be a fun day.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. On 3rd down, he drops the throw. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on. The Wolverines will bring the punt team onto the field. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Bringing the heat. Makes the grab. And they pick up just a few on that completion. More than 100,000 making their presence felt. A huge 3rd down here in the big house. They get to him as he throws. He's got it. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the 1st down. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Peoples. Turning it on. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a 1st down. The offense will have to use its 1st timeout of the half. And the Buckeyes with the 1st and 10. Scanning the field, it's Sayin. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He managed a few yards on that return, but the bigger play was the fact that they forced the turnover. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Gonna run it. It's Haynes. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? We've got a timeout here late in the 1st half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. From the gun, running back gets the give. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Caught over the middle. It's Moore. The offense calls a timeout to stop the clock. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on 1st down. Wants to throw on 1st down. With the catch, it's Simpson. Defense grabs the football, and there he goes. They knock him down finally, but boy, he was trying to make something out of that, and he stopped short of the 1st down marker.
And that's a great job by this defense, limiting the yards after catch. We know guys are going to get the football in their hands, and he gets the ball out quick, gets it to him. Nice job running to the football. When you chase the football, man, a lot of good things happen. That ball pops out, you recover it, a forced turnover.
They'll start this drive at their own 48. Looking to throw on 1st down. Can't quite make the connection there. Might have led him a little too much. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Off play action. Nowhere to go, and the ball is loose. He's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few.
And those are so frustrating when you're a defense and you swarm to the football and you stick the quarterback and you make him cough it up just to have the other team recover it again and you don't get it. Still a good stick, still a good physical play. Keep hitting that quarterback.
This will likely be the last play of the half. The give on the option. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when the Wolverines and Buckeyes get together, and a fun 1st half to boot. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the 1st half. Some guys have the ability to elude and evade. This young man is a true 3-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and then the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Ohio State plays out.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he had just taken a knee in the end zone. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Dropping back, it's Sayin.
And if this defense wants to get back in the football game, they've got to match the physicality of this offense. And that's a great start here in the second half. Like coming out, not letting them run the football, being the more physical and more aggressive team.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Defense had to have it. You've got to get off the field quickly and give it back to your offense. When you're trailing by this many points, you can't be on the field long and allow the opponent to bleed the clock. So really nice job up front winning, getting home, getting the sack, now setting up 4th down. And now let's see if their offense can start chipping away at this lead.
The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fair catch is brought in at the 43, and they are set up nicely. So here comes the Michigan offense. These guys really need to get something going on this drive. They are still well within striking distance, but they have very little to show for their possession so far. And the Wolverines now with a long way to go to pick up the 1st down. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. Tackled almost immediately. They're well short of the 1st down. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And it's incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield. Let's see who the call's on. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. The Wolverines will call on their punt team. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. You'd think they would have had a good chance to down that one deep, but the bounce carries it into the end zone for the touchback. They go to the ground. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Dropping back, it's Sayin. Pucks it out of the air. And they bring him down quickly, but a good gain there. Big noise in the big house for this huge 3rd down play. They'll try to get the 1st through the air. Catch in the middle, it's Smith. Nice job to get it past the sticks, and they get him down at the 35. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Got it in the middle, it's Smith. And he's able to bounce off 1 tackle for a solid pickup. And the Buckeyes come to the ball trying to pick up this 3rd and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Smith. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
Look, you want to make the quarterback feel you. You want to get pressure in his face. That was so close, but just a tad late. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. And this one will be stopped for no gain. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Looking to throw, it's Underwood. Quick completion on the out. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the first down on the throw and catch. Use the play fake, now to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Grabbed in the middle, it's Klein. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call. This offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. On third and long, he'll need to push it downfield. Catch in the middle, it's Simpson. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's fourth down. Will they bring out the punt team? They kick it away on fourth down. He makes the fair catch, and they'll spot the ball at the 18. Off the play fake on first down. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
What a great play, winning one-on-one, getting home and getting a sack, and that kind of effort is going to get the big house fired up. These 100,000-plus Michigan Wolverine fans are on their feet screaming because of that dominant play right there coming from their D-line.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. To throw, it's Sayin. Here's the heat. And he feels the heat coming and it burns him up. Another sack.
Man, this guy is just starting to take this game over. Sack on first down, sack on second down, and now on third down, this offense, they better identify where this guy's lining up, and they better get him double-teamed because they can't block him right now.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And they can't make the connection on third down, but hold everything, there is a flag. Let's see what that's about. This defense happy with how that last play turned out, so they'll decline the penalty. The Buckeyes will line up to punt it away. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. And the Wolverines with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He'll keep it himself. Spins away from the defense. The freshman brought down after a really nice run there. On 1st and 10, trying to strike from the 15. The give on the inside. And the big defensive front wins the battle. No gain on that play. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Leaves it with the running back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. To the air, it's Underwood. Oh, they're after him. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Splits the uprights right down the middle. That'll make it a 1-possession game. The lead is 8. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Unloads quickly. Terrific job getting to him. There was nowhere to go. Now on second down. Rides the back on the option to give. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. Rides the back and leaves it. Gets it past the first down marker and still running. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Last completion moved the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. So now it's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Hauls it in. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Wide receiver comes in motion. Wants to throw it. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit. 3rd down play in the red zone, and this crowd is at fever pitch. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. Snagged in the middle. It's Tate. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. 4th down, and this crowd trying to help this defense rise to the occasion. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Snags it. He'll be stopped just short of the end zone, but they'll have it 1st and goal. And the Buckeyes started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? Tries again to get it in. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. To the air on 2nd down. Under fire. Offense scoops it up and still going.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. Doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
Now 3rd and goal, and tough yardage to cover here. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Get it out on the screen. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Looking to pass it.
I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Going for the goal line. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Ohio State is dotting Michigan's eye as the Buckeyes are firmly in control.
And Ohio State, they've let a few get away from their rival in Michigan, and they're trying to get that back. So they came into this one with a chip on their shoulder. They're not always used to being in that position when they play against Michigan. But, David, in the second half here, it's all Buckeyes.
Yeah, and you got to be physical. When you play the Wolverines, you know the type of brand that they play. Ohio State has matched that physicality. They have been ready. They were ready for the game, and they've handled business.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Fires to the wideout. Can't hold on. He had him right down the middle, and he flat dropped it. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give to the back. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. So we open the final period with a third down play. Looking for a man. It's Underwood. Got him downfield. He steps out right at the 40-yard line, and now they are in business moving toward midfield. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Quickly to the tight end. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. They're dealing with a second and long. Takes the handoff. It's Haynes. Turns it on in midfield. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. They'll move the wide receiver. To the air on first down. Caught behind the line. It's Haynes. Oh, what a move. Really nice pickup on that one as they get it to the 36. It'll be first down.
And there you go. You see, you don't have to throw bombs to get big plays in the passing game. Just screen it to your running back. As soon as he catches it, he gets upfield. And how about the downfield blocking by these linemen and the wide receivers as they rip off that explosive play.
And the Wolverines will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
They say pressure busts pipes. This quarterback can attest to that. Goodness gracious, they're getting after him all day. There's a reason they're behind. Pressure the quarterback goes a long way to getting the W.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Looking to fire. This time he's got his man. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down. Makes the catch. It's Moore. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Caught in the backfield. It's Klein. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the first down marker. The Wolverines are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. So at this point, I expected them to go for it here. Instead, here comes the field goal unit. And he'll try to knock it through from 33 yards out. Splits the uprights. Good. They're hanging around here. Leads down to 12. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. He'll bring it out. It's Graham. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Grabbed over the middle. It's Smith. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Back to throw. It's Sayin. And the quarterback is knocked down back at the 13.
What if I had told you this quarterback would be sacked at least 5 times in this game and yet still somehow would be winning? That's not normally how it works. You got to give the offense credit because even though they've suffered some serious negative plays, they've still been able to make some good things happen. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, the offense got themselves into trouble. They're back in their own end. It's an obvious passing situation, so the defense is just pinning their ears back, and they're trying to get after him. They could not allow him to escape, step up, get rid of the football. They take a sack very close to the goal line.
The Buckeyes decide to punt it away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Grabbed on the outside, it's Moore. And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Finds the tight end. And the big fella couldn't elude the cornerback who makes a sure tackle. They'll go to the air on 3rd and short. Grab near the sticks. It's Haynes. He gets the job done on 3rd down. They move the chains. It's at the 37. Wants to go up top on 1st down. It's complete. And he's brought down after a nice gain. Now inside the 20. 1st and 10 from the 18. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Caught over the middle. It's Simpson. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Slams it ahead. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? On 2nd and goal, he carries again. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. They'll try to pound their way in. He's going to lose a yard on that one. A 4th quarter field goal down by this much, that's a lot like putting a lipstick on the proverbial pig. Doesn't do much to change the... Down he goes, and the defense snuffs out this drive with a sack.
And you had to. I mean, the offense had to be aggressive. You're down multiple scores. You needed to make something happen right now. You had to be aggressive. I think you had to go for it on that 4th down. Now, obviously, the game's looking like it might get out of hand.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open. Big noise, big house, trying to rile up this Michigan defense on 3rd down. Looking to pass. It's Sayin. He's got the tight end. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
An ill-advised play by that defender as he makes contact with the quarterback well after the throw, and it'll cost his defense. Fires to the big fella. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Motion from the wideout. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. Complete in the middle. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to the running back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. A pickup of 8 now to convert this 3rd and 2. And the Buckeyes are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Muscling ahead on 3rd and short. He's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if they'll send out the field goal unit. At this point in the game, and this crowd knows this is a huge field goal attempt. The field goal is no good. After the failed field goal attempt, still a 12-point game.
And man, this kicker is now 0 for 3 in this game, and you got to wonder what his confidence is like right now. He's cost his team 9 points so far.
Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. He gets nothing, and they keep plowing ahead with the running game, and they've got very little to show for it. To the air, it's Underwood. Pressure coming. He's going to take off. Got the first himself. And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. And the Wolverines want to crank the tempo. Looking to throw on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. A strike downfield. And the runner is down, and so is the flag. They'll back him up with a holding penalty this time. They've spent most of the day backing them up with sacks anyway. Out of the gun to give to the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line? Line getting set on 2nd down.
And after that run, getting right back up to the line of scrimmage to go hurry up, defense has to be ready.
Catch in the middle, it's Haynes. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. His offensive line trying anything to protect the quarterback at this point. Nothing's working, and they'll back up after the holding penalty. Makes the grab. It's Simpson. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup. Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Down by multiple possessions. They can't come up empty on this drive in the 4th quarter. He hurls one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. They spun that wheel of fortune on 4th down and come up bankrupt. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one. And they don't want to waste this great field position here on 3rd and long. To the air, it's Sayin. Deep shot for the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. And the field goal unit is going to give it another try. The old college try. Just keep kicking. Surely one will go in. Right down the boulevard. And now the lead is extended a little further. So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. So here comes the Michigan offense. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the 1st down. The Wolverines will hustle to the line.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be hard now for this offense to claw their way back in this one.
That'll be enough for a fresh set of downs. He gets it to the 32. Wants to throw on 1st down. Got it in the middle. It's Moore. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle, it's Klein. And the tackle is made, but there has been a flag thrown. They'll back him up with a holding penalty this time. They've spent most of the day backing them up with sacks anyway. On the run, it's Haynes. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Back to throw, it's Underwood. The short hands, it's Klein. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. Grabbed in the middle. It's Moore. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line. To the air on first down. A shot toward the end zone. And swatted down by the defense to stop the scoring opportunity. What will they dial up on second, and a long way to go? To the ground with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. This will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. On third and long, a check down would be the last resort. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs. So with the late lead, they're ready to just drain the clock in victory formation. Quarterback will take a knee. The defense can stop it one more time, but we are close to being all she wrote. The game may be the best rivalry in college football, and this year, the Buckeyes will hold the bragging rights. Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.